and Yule 21-15 in the second game, having already taken the first 21-17.
Welcome the technical officials on court number 1.
Richard Coughlin alongside Jim Naugerson now for the rest of the afternoon. And a very warm welcome wherever you are just joining us. You can see confirmation of the scores from our first 4 matches on court number 1. And plenty more action to come for you here on day 2 of this Leaning BWF World Championships 2014. And this is what we got next for you, next 4 matches. And then some singles, women's singles, starting off with Saina Nehwal up against Natalia Permanova. Chen Long in action against Luka Raba. Tommy Sugiarto, Indonesia's hope, up against Derek Wong before mixed doubles action. So first up, it's Saina and Natalia. Nehwal against Permanova. Women's singles second round action. Saina had a day off yesterday, this young lady. She came through a fairly tough encounter early on against Anna Rankin before coming through pretty comfortably in the end, 21-12, 21-14. So, Jim, day 2, and I suppose like yesterday, when we arrived, there was one seed out in the women's singles, but no real huge upsets. Disappointment, obviously, in the last game for Denmark as far as the mixed doubles were concerned, but it went according to the form, but really.
It went according to the form, and the only thing is that I've seen Mads Kolding and you play in training. I actually thought they would do better than they did here. But I must say, Sue and Ma also look better than I've seen them in a long time. So it probably comes down to that. So, but they're still both in the men's doubles and the ladies doubles. So they still have games, the Danes there. So.
Well, we're keeping our eye now, of course, on this young lady, Saina Nehwal. 24-year-old from Hyderabad, has had a fantastic career, ranked number 7 and looked a little bit more like her old self in recent months. She didn't play in the Commonwealth Games. She claimed she had some blister issues. She also missed the Asian Badminton Championships this year. She's kind of been making sure she's fit and ready for weeks like this week. Played in the Uber Cup, and of course she wants to be playing in Incheon in the Asian Games. Here's her opponent, Natalia Permanova from Russia, obviously through 1 round. Negative win ratio this year. She has made a couple of semi-finals in France and Finland, but obviously playing levels that well, ranked lower than which Saina's competing in, so she's going to have a tough task here. And especially when you look at their previous matchup, they played in India in January, and look at that scoreline. It was pretty emphatic, wasn't it?
Yeah, and she's a big favorite in this match. And last time we saw her really be playing well was at the Uber Cup in India. So she's also playing well in India, Saina. So, but it'll be interesting to see if she's really up to the standard we saw in her at the Olympics.
Susan Taylor from Australia, there's our umpire, and service judge Frank Enevoldsen from Denmark. You know, I look at this and I'm looking at the draw, and you know, Saina's record in the World Championships, last 4 World Championships, she's gone out at the quarter-final stage. She's due to meet in the quarter-finals Li Shuai in Denmark, and you just fear that it's going to be another quarter-final exit for her.
That's going to be a very tough one for her. I don't think Li Shuai is a particularly good opponent for Saina. So,
I mean, she has had some joy against Chinese opposition, hasn't she?
Yeah.
Over the years.
Yeah.
It depends how fit, how firing she is really here.
Yeah. But it's not the. I think if you gave her the choice, it would not be Li Shuai you wanted to play against. So,
especially as early as the quarterfinals. But that's the fact she's down to number 7 now in the world rankings as well. Of course, she's been as high as number 2. Her opponent today ranked 44 in the world.
And she still needs to win this one, of course. But the odds are not, of course, not on Natalia's side. And it'd be interesting to see if she goes into this as a mission, or if she's just satisfied with coming to this stage, because she's probably very happy with the win she had yesterday.
And we should remember as well, of course, Saina we saw play well at the Uber Cup. She then won as well in Indonesia. No, in Australia, I beg your pardon. That was her last tournament. So she comes here, like we spoke about Jana Jorgensen, and you know, pretty confident with the way things are going, moving in the right direction after what's been a tough period. So we're ready to get underway. A nice start for Permanova. Lovely little drop shot.
Yeah, and she can pretty much play freely. This is a, if you can say that in sports, it's a free game for her. Sometimes you see players raise their level to something you haven't seen before because they're just pretty calm and loose, and they're not afraid to use shots that maybe if they were a little bit nervous they wouldn't use. So, but Saina, a very strong player.
And the fact that she didn't defend her Commonwealth Games title, I mean, disappointing from an India point of view. Of course, PV Sindhu ended up going out in the semi-finals, so no gold for that. Of course, Kashyap did win gold, and well, he ended up losing in the first round yesterday against Dieter Domke. So, you know, Saina, I think, has got her eyes on some bigger prizes here, hasn't she?
Definitely, and she should have. So, yeah, more pressure. Good shot again here.
Confident start from Permanova.
And she's doing the right thing. She's moving Saina, and she's using a little bit of the sky shot there. And if she can get those one in play, then there's a possibility of doing something.
Well, she's got a length right, hasn't she?
Yeah.
A nice little drop shot to win one point, and then right to the back of the court to win another. Just missed her angle there, but
that's the pressure. Attempt. It's a decent attempt, but that's the pressure she will have. She knows that she has to go for it when the chance is there. Rallying too much, I think Saina would be, the odds is in her favor. So sometimes we will probably see these shots be a little bit too wide or too long. Ah, great disguise shot for Saina.
Yeah, 2 titles this season for Saina Nehwal. I mentioned the win in Australia. She also won the Indian Open Grand Prix gold, and as we mentioned earlier, on her way to winning that, she beat this opponent who only took 15 points off her, Permanova.
5-2.
down to number 8 in the world, Sina. She had toe fracture, sinus problems.
Yeah, and I think the fact after the Olympics where she got her bronze, I know the circumstances was a little bit with the injuries and stuff like that, but that was a big thing for her, and it is a huge thing to get a bronze medal at the Olympics.
Well, it's the first that India had got.
Exactly, yeah, and of course that comes with a lot of pressure. And I think she's, you know, we first see Sina now where she's getting used to that pressure. And I think we saw that, as you said, in the Uber Cup and in the Australian Open.
And what about having a new kid on the block as well, PV Sindhu?
That helps. That helps. Competition-wise, you know.
Training-wise as well.
I don't know how if they train in the same place, actually. I don't think they do that. But just to have somebody there in the same country that's pushing is always a good thing.
Yeah, try to deal with it, but the power was too much for Natalia Permanova there from Saina Nehwal.
Again, good length. It's quite a good start by Permanova.
Yeah, played in the World Championships in Guangzhou last year, lost in the first round there, so she's bettered that performance already with her win over Anna Rankin yesterday.
Service over, 8-5.
Oh, that's a good rally here. Again, great length.
Brilliant.
Fantastic by Permanova. And she's doing some of the damage that Sina doesn't like. The rallies, moving her from side to side, and therefore it's so extremely important for her to have the right length, because if she doesn't have the length, Sina is too, her smashes, her sticks and cuts are too good for her to be in defense. So good start.
Yeah, excellent start from Permanova. She's going to have to maintain this standard, though, to live with Sina. She'll certainly get some confidence from the way she's begun.
Definitely. Oh, that's a great spin shot. Absolutely fantastic spin shot.
9-6.
Have a look at that. Comes here. That is almost impossible for Permanova to get that back. She doesn't get the cork at the end, so good technique. Yeah, there we see again, she's able to put pressure on Sina to the back court, and especially to the down really in the corners, and looks like that's there, you see, it's really hard for Sina. She wants to be in control of the rallies.
Service over, 10-7.
Another good rally.
Yeah.
11-7, interval.
Well, very enjoyable first quarter of the game, really. Saina Nehwal on top, but she's been made to work by the Russian Natalia Perman over here. Just couldn't quite execute that drop shot as she would like, but she's played one or two delightful shots. 11 points to 7, the interval lead for Saina Nehwal here.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Seven, play. Service over, 8-11.
Please welcome the technical officials to court number 3.
Okay, well played by Pam Noah.
9-11.
The umpire is Jewish Netu.
Yeah, she's come out well after the break, hasn't she?
And the service judge is Lee Power from the USA.
Service over, 12-9.
Yeah, when she gets it going, Nehwal, smash of hers can be such a weapon.
And now on court number 3, it's doubles. Please welcome from Indonesia, Rini Widianto and Nikita Rishi.
Good slice.
14-9.
Producing some good ones now is Saina Nehwal here. A couple of excellent points.
That's why she wants to be in control of the rallies, because when she's on top on the backcourt, she can come in with these slices and her smashes and her drop shots. She doesn't like to be the one who's been pushed around on court.
Yeah, I mean, if
nobody
there is
likes that.
No, but if there is a slight weakness to her game, she's not maybe the most nimble on her feet, is she?
Exactly. But she's good at, by her tactical cleverness and her power, she's good at getting out of that a lot of times. But I think that is her weakness.
Service over, 15-10.
It's a very flat serve.
Saina.
You know not to approach him. If there's a fault, you will call it, okay?
So I'm just telling you about the service, if you can check.
Yes. Be confident in him, okay?
Yeah, okay.
I don't know if you picked up on that. Basically, Saina was complaining that the serve
She
to her
thought
was
the serve
a
was
full, and she turned to the service judge and
too flat. She had her racket too high, and, and she was wondering why it wasn't got called. You see often that. That's where the troubles mostly are, when people get away with that. So, but this time she took care of it herself.
Well, the umpire was right as well, so you know.
Yeah, well,
We're in charge.
Exactly. And if the service judge is not calling it, it's not a fault.
Comfortable lead now in this opening game for the world number 7.
Oh, great smash. Fantastic.
17-10.
So strong. Her ability to come with power from that. You see she doesn't even turn her legs around, so it's only the arm and the stomach. she doesn't really get in a position where normally see players do the scissor kick in their footwork. Here she just gains so much power just from the arm position. Here you see the scissor kick smash. Yeah, from there that's what she likes the most. Wide. She's really hanging in there. I like that with Hamanova. She's not. If you look at the numbers, it's, you know, of course it's not looking as the best set in the world or game in the world, but I actually think she's been doing quite well. She's just up against a better player here, so I think so far she can be very happy with her performance. The last result was, I think it was 5 and 10.
That's right.
So she's already
past that,
So something positive for her to take into the next game. And this time, she didn't find the back line.
21-11.
That cost a set, a game.
Yeah, it was a decent display, wasn't it, from Permanova, but really after the interval, Shini was able to pick up a couple of points. And Simon Newell really got her power game going. Great height on that one.
And you see that that's the tempo. The tempo the Saina is playing it now is difficult for Permanova to control and without doing mistakes. So I think she just took it up a gear from 11.
So 21-11. The scoreline in the opening game, Saina Newell halfway there in terms of getting through to the third round. Jim, you've obviously you played in 3 World Championships yourself. You know, you played at this level, albeit not in singles, but in doubles. You know, with someone like Saina, she's had those injury problems. When you win an event like Australia Super Series event, you know, when you consider as well that the only other event she won was a Grand Prix event, she didn't win at all in 2013. How much of a lift will that have given her ahead of, you know, this and the Asian Games?
A lot. You know, it's very important. I think it's very important to get, you know, the same as we talked about Jan Jørgensen from Denmark, to get that result before build-up to a World Championship, because you get such a confident boost from it, and at the same time, you know, if you come home with a loss, you maybe doubt the things you do in training, or, you know, is this the right thing I'm doing? You know, here she knows, oh, this is working. Now it's just to put in the hard work, but it's she has something to look for and say, hey, I know this is working. So I think it's very important,
especially when it comes to the big matches coming up. And no disrespect to Permanova, but you know, she's battling as hard as she can out there. But 11 points is in some kind of realms of success. But you know, it could well be a couple of Chinese opponents to come next, Han Li, and then one would expect Li Shuai. They're big matches to come, and then you've got that belief, you know, last time out,
yeah,
no one could get the better of me.
No, definitely. It always helps to win matches. That's just how it is. We always see it in all sports. So that's why I think sometimes it can be smart for especially I think European players sometimes. A lot of I think European players goes to Asia and plays too early sometimes. That means they go out and get, you know, first round here, second round here, first round. That's not really good for the confidence. I think it would be better sometimes to find some tournaments there's, you know, more or less for you ability, and then get some wins under your belt and then start looking for the big tournaments.
Yeah, it's difficult to know when, doesn't it? I mean,
it is difficult, but it's definitely not helping losing all the time. So I think I've seen many players that say, okay, he or she actually won a less good tournament, but you could see that the confidence from that is moving into the other tournaments. I think we saw Dieter Domke yesterday, who said he had been having quite good results, but it hasn't been in the Super Series.
Yeah, been in the last 2 events, he'd been in 2 finals. So.
Exactly, he beat Kashyap yesterday. So, which for you, of course, wasn't the biggest surprise, I know. But
I predict him right now and again. Doesn't happen too often. Brilliant net shot from Saina Nehwal, and she's stretching away here at the start of this second game.
Oh, that's a great net shot. So much control. I really like Saina's technique. It's a technique a lot of young female players should be looking at.
6-1.
There's a lot of disguise shots and deception shots. Same as we see Ratchanok from Thailand. We see a new breed of young female players come with this kind of technique, and I think it's a thing we have to get used to in ladies singles, that they will be able to do more.
7-1.
Was out. It's tough on Permanova. The small margins aren't going her way here. And 8 of the first 9 points at the start of this second game have gone the Indians' way.
Yeah, she simply can't follow anymore.
9-1.
Saina's playing too well, too fast, too strong. And she's, of course, also learned a little bit about what kind of weapons does Permanova have. I know she probably knew that before, but it's different to be in there. So.
And again, it's amazing. It wasn't far away in the first game. She was able to find the length. And in the second game, it's just been marginally out. It's made all the difference to the scoreline, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Service over, 2-10.
Well, yesterday we saw a few comebacks, but I would be surprised if this one. Or maybe she wants me to say that.
Service over, 11-2, interval.
Yeah, very impressive from Saina Nehwal.
Very good follow up there, and goes to the body. That was probably going to go out.
Yeah, it was 11-9 in the opening game, just after the interval. Since then, Permanova's only picked up 4 points, 11-2 at the interval in game 2.
Yeah, she still needs to get 3 points to get more than the last time, so that should be a goal, I think, for her now. I don't think going for a win would this time probably be a little bit unrealistic, but going to try and
20 seconds.
have a goal. Yeah, she's also smiling a little bit to go and get that goal of getting more points than last time. Then maybe something could happen.
Yeah, you know the match is over. Go out, enjoy.
11-2.
You're playing in front of a decent crowd in the BWF Super Arena.
Yeah, in a great arena. She wouldn't be used to these standards of tournaments, so this is...
Oh, there you go. Yeah. With a fist pump as well. Enjoyed that.
That's fantastic. And this is what we like to see from a player, you know, the belief.
They played it perfectly.
Yeah, fantastic shot.
Push to the back of the court, and following up with the smash.
That's wide. And there you have it.
4-11.
Just one more.
Service over. 12.
Look towards her coaches there. It looked like she played it good again, but she's lost that distance control, hasn't she?
Yeah.
Not by much.
That's a great shot.
Fantastic.
And again, a fist pump.
Yeah,
you know?
that was probably the best shot of the match, really.
Yeah. Oh, it's a beauty. I like the reaction there. And you see, more points and looks a little bit better than 11-2. So.
Service over.
But then she comes up with something like that. So it is, of course, difficult, but.
Listen, you can only play your best, can't you, really?
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive.
Again, sky's shut. Ah.
Service over.
A little bit of her own medicine.
14.
But I must say, Pamnova must be, you know, if she continue to progress like this is something we at least in Europe needs to maybe get used to seeing. I think there's some things in her game that it wouldn't be
15.
Wouldn't be the best players to get in our first round. And if she continues to progress, then you know, she's moving quite well. She's got some good shots. You know, she's just up against a better opponent here. So I think she can be quite happy with her performance here.
Yeah. She had a difficult spell, didn't she, after the interval of the last game, started the second, but that apart, she's played some really good shots. And for Saina, a good outing. She's been pushed, but not pushed too hard.
No, exactly.
And she's had to, you know, find some really good shots to get the better of her opponent. It sets her up nicely, doesn't it?
Perfect for her, perfect for her. Because the worst thing is that you don't want to feel like you're up against the wall the next time you play, because it's just everything is just so fast. Here, she's been pushed a little bit. She's had a little scare, not a lot, but a little scare. She said, "Oh, this girl can play." So this is a perfect game for her.
She reacted well to the net cord there, didn't she, Saina Nehwal? Great point.
It's a good rally here.
Oh, what a
Fantastic.
winner.
Server.
What a rally.
7-16.
Maybe we shouldn't write her off too early.
I think you're stretching it a little bit there, Jim.
I know. I'm a believer. But it's fun to see her play like that. I think the last 5 rallies we've seen Permanova really actually playing equally to Sena. And I think it's also down to now, you know, it's pretty much lost, this match. And you actually see what maybe that could come out of Permanova here if she continues to progress. Because she will get more and more confidence.
Service over. 17,
and at the minute, if you talk about
7.
European and ladies badminton, then there was a lot of chances.
Well, she got to the last 16 of the European Championships, lost to the eventual winner, Carolina Marin.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
Looking for
18,
some help
7.
there from the line judge, but it wasn't coming.
There's a chance. I saw that out as well. Oh, must say. But again, why not use it? Just for the fun of it.
Yeah. Well, the game's going to be over shortly, isn't it?
Yeah. It did look out.
Pretty close.
I'm calling it out. Good call, line judge.
Here we go. It's in. You were 100% yesterday, Jim.
Yeah.
0% today so far.
Well, I don't like to be 100%, so that's why.
You like being 0%?
Yeah, exactly. No.
Service over.
Something in between.
8-18. 2 challenges remain.
Well, her goal now should be to get into double digits, I think. No, just one more and then
9-18. Service over. 19-9.
Oh, unlucky. Just out.
Service over. 20. Match point 9.
Well, 11 match points, and she takes it, Sina Nehwal, at the first time of asking. But take nothing away from Natalia Permanova. Straight game win yesterday over Anna Ranking, and well, she played some really good badminton at times in this second round match, but she's up against a classy performer in Sina Nehwal. And the Indian, the number 7 seed, is safely through to round 3. 21-11, 21-9 the score. Just over half an hour on court. And a good workout, you have to say, for the Indian.
I do. And I think Permanova can be very proud of her performance here.
So court ready for the next match. Confirmation of the scoreline there, 21-11, 21-9.